So, in terms of regards to some of this new Ultra, well not new, but Ultra Vegeta finally returning here on Dragon Ball Legends. And we're talking about they should summon a skip for him, right? Because obviously this is, I'd say it's a hard choice, really, to summon a skip for him because, you know, obviously if you play a lot of PvP, you'll see him pretty much still very high up there, like, you know, gold rank and stuff like that, because he's just that good, right? Like, he's probably one of the best, like, Ultras they've designed in a while. I would say, like, I really thought Beast Gohan would still be up there. I mean, you still see Beast, but at the moment, I think definitely Vegeta is probably the best aging Ultra, like, in, you know, in the current meta. So, it does make things a little bit more difficult to summon or skip, right? Now, typically, if you watch my videos before when I talk about these, I usually say Ultra Banners are the worst to summon on, and I still think that's the case, because there's a few reasons, right? So, we'll have a look at the banner, just to sort of digest it a little bit more and explain a bit better. So, like I said, Majin Vegeta himself, if you're going just for him, and you do get lucky and get him, huge win, right? He's absolutely, you know, you're going to dominate in PvP with him, he's just that good. But, when you look at the rest of the units in the banner, you got Red Goku, which, you know, he is very good after his Zenkai, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, you look at as well, he's been on a lot of banners, and he's currently on anniversary banners, right? Which, to be honest, I'll say it a bit early, I still probably recommend that you go on them banners instead. But for Red to be on this banner, still a huge win, right? So we also have the Tag 4s. Obviously, their Zenkai's coming out very soon. When exactly, we have no clue. It could be anniversary, you know, we could see it soon. Or we might have to wait for like Legends Fest or something like that. But at the moment, obviously trash. Bardock, we don't have to talk about Bardock. This Vegeta, same thing, we don't have to talk about him. So you realistically only got 2 good units on this banner, which obviously you're trying to aim for Majin Vegeta. Which sounds good and all that, but you gotta remember the rates on Ultras are definitely a lot worse than LFs, for example. So the main thing that I really hesitate to say to summon on these banners is there's no pity, right? Now, what I mean by pity is, you know, obviously with, like, for example, one of these banners, anniversary banners, well, just any LF banner, is you can save up all your set, like, you know, all these medals here, and you can either get the new copy, like, get a copy of the new unit, get tickets, Z-Power, stuff like that. You know, like, your CC is being used wisely, right? Because you can use it to invest in other stuff, like tickets and all that other stuff. Where you can go thousands and thousands CC on this banner, or any of these Ultra banners here. And, yeah, you get Z2 medals, which I guess they're cool. Like, they are helpful, but, you know, there's nothing really that enticing to summon on. Like I said, the Ultra, you know, Majin Vegeta, one of the best units in the game, right? So if you get him, it's huge. But if you went, let's say, 20k CC deep, right? And all you got during that was, like, you know, a dupe of Bardock, dupe of the, like, Super Saiyan 4s. Are you really going to be happy with these? You know, like I said, you can only use 2 of these units on this banner, and the rest, there's no way of using them. Like, probably even as a bench, I don't think you'd use these units. So, looking at it in that perspective, I can't really recommend people to summon on the banner. But at the same time, like, I don't think there's any harm in doing it, because, like I said, if you get lucky, he's an incredible unit. It's just, summoning on these banners, for example, like, anniversary banners are always top tier, no matter what. So, we'll just quickly go at MUI's Goku, like, MUI Goku's banner, just to quickly show, right? Just to give an example, right? So, remember, keep in mind, we still have Pity, right, on this banner. So, we've got Goku here, obviously, I'd say best unit of the game. Not being biased, because obviously I'm a huge MUI fan, but just how well he is as a unit overall. So, well, at least top 3, I guess you can say, if you want to argue against that. God Goku, obviously still an incredible unit. You can definitely use him with his plat equipments and that. Goku and Frieza, they're a bit better after their plat equipment, but they're not top tier like they used to be. Regular Goku, definitely top tier, easily top 5, I would say. This Vegeta, he's still usable, I would say, but he's not quite as used as, like, other units, obviously. But I would say he's good. He's not, like, he's probably, like, mid to good range, if that makes sense. So he's still usable, at least. Goku Black, I'm gonna say no for this. Gotank's an incredible unit, yet again. This Goku can be okay, but yeah, I'm not really too hyped on him just yet. Count Khalifa, they're a banner unit, so I don't typically like to count them, but for this instance I will. You know, they're an incredible unit as well. So, pretty much, you've only got, what, maybe 2 units on this banner you can't use, right? But the other good thing about this banner in particular is triple Z power, right? Now this will probably end in 11 days, most likely, that's why it's got there. So it does suck, it only lasts for a few more days, but triple Z power is such a huge deal. Like, just for example, with my summons, I got incredibly lucky for Goku. I don't know if you guys have watched it or not, but typically when I go for like a 14 star in a unit, it takes me like ages and ages. Like I said, I did get incredibly lucky, but knowing I had triple Z power, I didn't have to chase an extra dupe, right? It may not seem like a lot chasing that last dupe, which I would usually have to on a normal banner, but it just saves so much CC. You know, it's just ridiculous. Where, don't get me wrong, you know, the Ultra banners here, you do get 2000 Z power, so you only need to pull the unit 5 times in general. Yeah, 5 times all up to get the 14 star, which, yet again, it doesn't sound too bad, but when you look at the rates and the other things on this banner, it doesn't quite make up for it because, like I said, you're not getting any good rewards. Let me quickly show what's in the Z2 shop real quick, just to sort of show. Where is it? Should be down here. So here's your Z2 medals. Like I said, these tickets and that are useful, don't get me wrong. But other than that, you've got all these cards. I mean, I still got to collect all these. I'm a bit lazy because there's just a lot of them. But, you know, other than that, what are you going to use your Z2 medals on? If you bought all of these in the shop, what are you going to use one, right? And, yeah, I mean, there's a few things. I guess I can quickly ramble on about this as well. These Legends tickets, you know, they might be helpful for, like, newer players, but for me, yeah, what do I use it on? You know, like, yeah, I actually use it sometimes for Zenny, which sounds really weird, but that's just because I have that much that it gets, like, overflowed in my gift box. So, there's still a few things I think Legends need to change. Like, for example, if they wanted to, add more Legends tickets in for the Ultra banners, and then add, like, an LFZ power here, like, once a month. Alright, once a month exchange, 600 LFZ power for, I don't know, 1,000 or 2,000 tickets. I think that's reasonable, you know, because then at least it gives players, you know, I guess hope, because obviously it will take a lot to get to that, like, 1,000 tickets, for example, but at least if you got tickets on this, it does, you know, it does entice you that, yeah, there's something good if you do get shafted, sort of thing. Where at the moment, you can get shafted, and you get, oh yeah, I got, you know, I got, like, heaps of Z2 medals now. What am I going to do? I'll just get all the costumes, you know? There's no, like I said, there's no real incentive for me to say to summon on this banner, other than if you really want Vegeta. Like, if you really want Vegeta, go right ahead, but if not, and you want to keep summoning and use it wisely, I'd recommend one of these banners. Probably Goku more, just because he's a bit better than Vegeta, but both of these are incredible, right? Where, like I said, these Ultra banners, I won't talk about these ones because realistically, the only one you're going to go for Vegeta. Golden Frieza can be okay, he can be a bit annoying if you use him, or if you're fighting against him. Rose, meh, can be okay as well. Janemba can be okay. UI Goku can be okay, still can be good. But he's not obviously going to be used enough just because you got the new Rev UI Goku and also MUI Goku. So, it does make things hard. Like I said, how I look at it, this Vegeta, is it all comes down to you. If I had to recommend what to do, I would probably say keep summoning for these. But if you do want this Vegeta, I don't think there's any problem with that at all. It's just, like I said, the big thing I hate with these Ultra banners is there's no pity. Like, there's no rewards for summoning. Like, I'll give a quick example. When I had to get, let me get the Gohan just so everyone knows which one I'm talking about. I mean, we all should know. But in case you need a game. This Ultra Gohan took me over 130k CC just to get him done. You know, so when you look at it, was it worth it? I mean, yeah, he's definitely, well, at the time, he was a really good unit still. But, you know, when you think about it, if I had spent the same amount of CC in, for example, the LF banner, you know, I could definitely get, obviously, heaps of tickets. I could get all these LFZ power here, all the 200s there, so that's another, what, 600? You know? Where, yeah, I spent all that, you know, all them summons on an Ultra banner, and yeah, I got a lot of Z2 medals, but nothing else. So that's how I typically look at the banners. As such, like I said, I understand how people just look at it and go, yep, the new unit's really good, you should summon, which yeah, I do agree with. But you gotta look at it in sort of the worst case scenario. Because if you're new to the game, or if you're free to play, and you get like 30k CC deep, is it worth getting nothing on this banner than something on one of these banners and potentially getting really good units still? Because there's obviously a lot better selection here. Plus, with this banner as well, which I didn't mention, is if we go down here a bit, here they are here. These are all LFs here as well, which most of these are still usable. These ones here, they have a lower percentage than these ones up here, the featured ones. But all these are still units you can use, well, most of them, right? So that's just sort of how I look at the banner. But like I said, this typically, like how I look at it, this comes all down to you guys. If you want to summon for them, like I said, there's no problem with that. If you want to use your CC wisely, then I recommend going on these banners. So yeah, that's today's video, guys. If you guys need more help or anything like that, just leave a comment down below and I'll try and get to it as soon as possible. And yeah, if you guys like to see more, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you as I win the next one.